So we do this every Friday, of course, for the Window Treatment Friday Live, but every month or so we feature some of our favorite designers, somebody that we have either worked with or admired from afar, and would love to tell the world about them.
Alrighty, good morning.
Well, hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? And we are also
All
live
right.
on Facebook. So, hello to everyone out there in
Excellent.
Facebook world.
Okay, I'm going to join you guys in a second. Okay, now looking for Instagram. Have to join, have to send in a request, sent in a request. Where is it? Gonna show up on my other phone. It's a whole production.
It really is, folks. Good morning, design with you in mind. I feel like I don't know anybody's I know everyone's like Instagram handle.
All right, accepting. I will be there in just a second. How are you, Kim,
Wonderful.
today?
I'm doing well. How are you today, Vita?
It is a Friday, and therefore, by definition, I am excellent.
And it is the Friday before Thanksgiving.
And it is the
So,
Friday before Thanksgiving, so that's exciting. Well, hello,
for
hello,
those,
everyone. Yeah,
yes.
go ahead
Okay.
for
So,
those.
for those of you who are just joining us now, we are doing our monthly designer feature. So, I have picked two designers that were on Luann's podcast to feature that I thought are hashtag smart ladies.
Mhm.
And
And I also have two designers here in the Philadelphia area that we don't do business with currently, but I would love for you guys to learn more about them, follow them on Instagram or Facebook, and just get inspired by their work. So here we go.
perfect. Okay, so this is my first designer that I wanted to feature. Vita, she is actually in the Philadelphia area.
I know her. We've done
You
work
know?
with her.
Oh, amazing.
Yep.
Okay. So, what I thought was really pretty cool about this is Kelly Collier from Plot Twist Designs. And what I thought was pretty cool is that interior design is kind of like her side hustle.
Mhm.
So, she has worked in the corporate world as a senior account advisor. She's also a realtor and has been a realtor for 12 years.
Yep.
She has a blog and a podcast.
Oh, hi,
And
Heather. Sorry. I'm
hi, Heather.
excited, Heather.
Oh, I know Heather too. She used to be my rep up here in Jersey
Tebow.
for Tebow. Yes,
Yep.
I
And
know
now she's with
Heather.
Stout. Hi.
Yes. Um, so with Kelly, she has participated in two one-room challenges,
Mhm.
and one of the room that I decided to feature today was one of the powder rooms that she actually had in her one-room challenge.
Mhm.
So what I thought was pretty great about this particular space is the use of a wallpaper in such a bold wallpaper print in such a small space. I know
Mhm.
oftentimes we sell wallpaper at WindowWorks, and oftentimes we hear a lot from clients like, oh, is it the kind of thing, is it too much in a small space? And I'm of the opinion that no, it is not too much in a small space. And Kelly did an amazing job showcasing how a really bold wallpaper that was not only used on the wall, but I believe also on the ceiling.
Let's see.
Yes,
Yes, it
yes, yes.
was.
Yes, it was. So how it can really make an amazing statement.
Mhm.
And it's a little hard to tell in the picture, but inside the window, there is a wood blind,
Mhm.
I guess for the light
With
control.
the
And they just
privacy.
didn't want to, she just didn't want to stop there. She just thought, I'm going to pop a really
Like,
um,
you
a,
make a bold
make
statement
a
with
bold
that Roman
statement
shape.
with the mock Roman, and it doesn't look like it can fully move. It looks like it's more of like a Roman valance type of thing. And I'm going to do
Mhm.
it in black to bring out the black in the wallpaper.
Because why not?
And I love it. And it's a great example of when taking risks when using a bold pattern and then a bold color on top of it.
Yeah.
So super kudos to Kelly for really taking a chance on this. And the powder room, if you go onto her website, Plot Twist Designs, you'll see other angles of the bathroom. I chose to show two pictures because I really loved the brass pedestal or the brass sink there, and the mirror is brass, and just the different elements that she has in the room. I would have loved to show all of them, but we
Yeah.
have other designers that we have to also feature and whatnot. So
Plus,
yeah,
we
I
love the
really,
window treatments, right? That's where our
yeah.
concentration
So
usually lies.
yeah, so I love for me, one of my favorite colors is black. I know it's really not a color, but when you see someone go for that risk and using a black fabric, a solid black fabric in a window treatment. I've done it a couple of times. I've had a couple clients who have gone down that risk with me. I actually did it in a nursery. It came out really cool. I don't
Black in
have
the
it.
nursery? Wow,
Yes, I don't have a
that's
picture of
crazy.
it, and I'm
What?
really bummed. I know, and this was like probably going on 6 years ago,
Okay.
and I
Wow,
think the
you're
client
such a
had
risk
some.
taker, Kim.
Yeah, yeah, because the client also had a really bold wallpaper,
Yeah.
and the elements in it were black. And when I walked in, I was like, I kind of think we should do black. And she was like, I thought the same thing, but I didn't know if that would be like appropriate,
Too much.
especially for a baby's room. And I'm like, no, I think it's going to look really cool and really high end. So
Mhm.
that's what this project reminded me of, is because not
Mm.
everyone's going to go for just like a solid black fabric.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what a great job she did here.
Yeah.
And from a personal experience,
Mhm.
I can speak about Kelly because she is in the Philadelphia area, and we have done a project for her actually. And I have seen her in multiple networking events and just know her personally. I even saw her at High Point. It's really interesting how
Oh, yes.
we're all here in our own geographical areas, and sometimes we don't see each other for some time, and we go to High Point, however far that is from all of us, and that's where we meet up, right?
It's so funny about going when you mention High Point, you feel like you know people because of Instagram. Like I was saying earlier, you feel like you know people from their Instagram handles and then like their profile pic, and you go up to them and you're like, hi, and you're like, wait, I actually don't really know you in real life. I know you in social media worlds.
And
Sorry, I'm not a creepy
which is
person.
interesting. Peggy Morgans and I were exchanging Voxers this morning, and
Mhm.
she is a window treatment specialist up in New
In New
York.
York.
She's
Yep.
also coaches with Luann in her chairman of the board program. She also took my Scaling Your Window Treatment Business to Your
Hmm.
First $1 Million Year in the spring semester, and she was just Voxering me today, this morning, with some questions and giving me an update on how well she's doing and what progress she's making with everything she learned. But at the end of our Voxers, we're like, I think I asked her a question like, "Are you going to IWCE?" Where I think I said, "I'm going to IWCE. I hope that I see you there." And
Hmm.
then I think I caught myself, and I'm like, "Wait, I've never met her. Like, I hope I meet you there." Whereas it feels like I've known her
Yeah.
for years.
The
But
power
anyway,
of social media.
back to Kelly, what I wanted to mention about her, having worked with her actually, is in
Hmm.
addition to her being a really great designer and taking these wonderful risks that you've mentioned and that are showcased in the picture, I also wanted to showcase her project management skills. And it probably
Mm.
comes innate, and when we're that organized, it's
Yeah.
definitely an innate thing for sure. But I also think it comes from her corporate background and her being a realtor, and also now managing multiple businesses too. And so it was a real pleasure to work with her because she was decisive. She was able to narrow things down to a few choices
Hmm.
so that she can present certain selections to her client. She was a great communicator. When we communicated with her, we had great channels of communication back from her. She knew when to assert herself, and she knew when to
Hmm.
step back. And it was just a really overall pleasure to deal with her, not as a designer, even that was good in its own right, but also as a business
It's a
person, as
person.
an organized business hashtag smart lady. So
Yeah.
kudos to Kelly.
And if you want to listen to Kelly's episode on the podcast, it is episode 669.
Awesome. Cool. Wow. Who was episode 666?
Oh,
No, I don't need to know. I'm just like, when you said
I'm
669, I'm like, who
not
was
going to
that
even
one? I
look it
wonder.
up. Don't know.
My designer is Nicole O'Dwyer from NS Interior Design. You can follow her on Instagram at ns_interior design. And you can also find more information about her at nsinteriordesign.com. She is a local designer here to us. And the project that I wanted to feature is a amazing house that she did
Wow.
on a lake. And this particular lake is, wait. Oh my gosh, I have it. It is, I just had it. Oh my goodness, it's escaping me right now. Wait, I have it. I have some notes, and I wanted to make sure that I mention it because it's a lake I actually never heard of, but it's not too far from Lake Wallenpaupack. And as you know,
Oh.
we vacation in the Poconos,
Mhm.
not quite on Lake Wallenpaupack, but not too far from it. And this particular one I've never heard of. Um, Yes, I know. It is Fairview Lake. There it is.
Okay, there we
For
go. Fairview
anyone
Lake.
who's familiar with the Poconos, Fairview Lake, it's not too far from Poconos, love lake houses. And that's the reason why I was really attracted to this project. In the next picture, you can really see the lake. This is the
Oh
dining
wow,
room
what a
of this
view.
house. I know. So this is a house right on the lake. And Nicole was brought into this project. About a year into it, it ultimately ended up being a 31 square foot property that took 3 years to accomplish because
Whoa.
everything here was custom. Everything was that well thought through. And just like to give you a little context of that, Nicole had to travel to San Francisco to select a glaze for the bathroom tiles. So
Oh
this is
whoa.
how custom, this is how detailed and meticulous this whole project was. Um, and speaking of window treatments, I think, Kim, you will geek out on
I
this little
s- I
detail.
saw it.
Look at the hardware, look at the
Mhm.
curve, and this is
Mhm.
traversing hardware that's
Mhm.
curved.
Mhm.
So what an amazing job she did here. Of course, everything when your house is on the lake, everything is
It's all about that
based
view.
off of that lake view and
Mhm.
lake colors and everything that surrounds it. And the window treatments absolutely have to be done in a way that don't obstruct that view because that's where you're there for. The view is the million bucks, everything else is kind of
Yeah.
secondary, which is amazing to me that this house is so custom and so amazing. Because you have the best of both worlds. You have the lake views and you have an amazing house. And so back to these window treatments, she did an amazing job with making sure that they stack off the doors and the windows, providing a complete view to the lake. So, however, the one thing to know about lake houses, and I know it firsthand because we vacation on Lake Harmony so many times, is by day you want to see the views. However, by night it gets a
Yeah.
little bit spooky or freaky
Yeah. The
because you
black
have
glass.
all these huge glass openings and at night they become black so you can't see out, you don't know
Mm.
who's out there, so definitely not for the faint of heart.
Mhm.
So here the thinking was that you unobstructed during the day, yet you cover it and then kind of envelop into a beautiful blanket, is
Yeah.
metaphorically speaking, to make sure to kind of like not see those black holes and have that cozy look and feel. So, um, go ahead.
No, I said to me the first thing that I noticed was that stack back. Ooh, I love a good stack back. And how
What
they were
which, shows, I mean, I don't have the full picture here, but
yeah.
you can only imagine how huge that those sliding glass
Mhm.
doors are, right? That the stack back has to
Mhm.
be that big. Of course, we
Has
know
to
that.
go on that wall. I wonder if it's a one-way panel. You
Mm,
know? You know?
that's a good point, right? We'll need to ask
Looking
Nicole
at it?
directly.
Yeah. Nicole, if you ever watch this,
I know, right? Please let us know. Was this a
courageous minds are wondering, is it a two-way draw or one-way draw?
that is you know what, when I looked at it, I assumed that it was a two-way draw, but shouldn't assume anything ever in life or in this business.
Yeah, I mean, if it was I wonder if it's a two-way draw. Yeah, to your point, how big is that door then? Or those
I
wall
know, right?
windows?
I would
Yeah.
love to know. I certainly would love
And I
to know.
wonder if it's going back to what our episode was last week. Is it motorized?
Ooh, is it motorized? I don't know. So, Nicole, if you watch this ever, let us know.
Mhm.
And then this space, of course, also showcasing the views. This is the dining room. No drapery here. You could probably barely see it in the picture, but what this is a very minimalistic roller shade that rolls up into the headrail.
Oh,
Again, provides a complete unobstructed view, but at night it can roll down. These roller shades, I know for a fact, are motorized.
yeah.
So, what an amazing job, Nicole Dwyer at Nicole Dwyer, I'm sorry, nsinteriordesign.com. Follow her on Instagram at ns underscore interior design. In case you're wondering what an S stands for, it's Nicole Sanchez, which is her maiden name. Dwyer is the married name. Her husband actually is a owner of Dwyer Design Build. So there are a husband and
Oh,
wife
really nice.
team in the design build community. They have one daughter. So really Don't know Nicole personally, unfortunately. Would love to, of course, but definitely wanted to showcase her and bring attention to the amazing job that she has done and have all of our viewers here follow her and get inspired by her.
Very nice. Okay. So this next designer that I wanted to feature, and it surprised me that it took me this so long to feature Susan Winterstein. She has been a guest on Luann's podcast. She was on the first year, and I remember her story from the first year, and it was really special. But I'll get into that in a second, just to give you a little bit about Susan. She founded her firm in 2002, Savvy Interiors. It's a full service interior design firm in San Francisco, and they specialize in luxury full service kitchen and baths, where she serves as a principal and CEO. Savvy Design is the only firm in North County, San Diego that holds a general contracting license, which is really important
Oh, wow.
because then that means that they have total control of the project and
Hmm.
whatnot, and they can really be there on and take care of all those details for their clients.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
they remodel spaces from everywhere, from bathrooms to your living rooms to your laundry rooms, and she's all about finding solutions for your home. And the other interesting thing that Susan started in 2014 was a local child in her neighborhood was diagnosed with cancer, and she volunteered to redo their room
Aw, that's
because
special. Bless her
yeah,
heart.
because that, when kids are going through things, they spend a lot of time, especially when they're going through, cancer or other medical issues. They spend a lot of time in their rooms healing and recovering. And from that, she decided to start Savvy Giving by Designs, where she volunteers her time to redo a room for a child that has medical needs. And
Oh, wow.
over the years, she has not only did she participate in Savvy Giving by Design, but she's rallied other interior designers around the country to
Wow,
help
that's
her.
amazing. She
Yeah.
was just on Luann's podcast,
Yes,
right?
she
Like,
was
just like one of the most
episode.
recent
Yes,
episodes.
she's episode 17. Sorry, I had the notes up here. 717. So
Yeah.
she's a mama of five. So
I know, when I heard that on there, I'm like,
yeah,
"What?
I know.
How do you have 5 children and run 2 companies?" And, like, I just can't. I have
Yeah,
2,
yeah.
and I can barely keep
I
up.
have none, and I'm like, so shout out. We've had a lot of hashtag smart ladies on today's episode that we are featuring.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just something that I thought was really great with Susan, and knowing that we participated this past summer with George to the Rescue and helping redo a child's room with cancer and
Yeah.
her brother's room.
Yeah.
So it was really special to be part of that. So doing that without having any TV crews or any cameras and things like that, and starting um, this whole program, I think is really great. So shout out
Yeah.
to Susan.
Nice.
And
Her
the
heart.
room that I wanted to feature is
Mhm.
this living room project that she has on her website. And I was immediately drawn to it because it is a patterned window treatment.
Mhm, and the window treatments are a statement.
They are. They are saying, look at me. I am a pair of drapes
That's
and
right.
I
I
am
am
beautiful.
here, I'm making a statement, I've arrived.
And there's so many things about this picture that really drew my eye to it when I was going through her portfolio. Great portfolio if you want kitchen and bath renovation inspiration. The way she has her website laid out is pretty cool. She has like where you hang, where you eat, where you sleep. So if you are
Oh,
look,
cool.
yeah, so it's not by
Yeah,
project, it's by space. So I thought that
yep,
was really interesting and very unique,
yep,
especially for clients. If you're like, I want to see how she does kitchens, you're not going through like each project. So I thought that
right.
was pretty interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and what drew my eye to this window treatment, not only was the pattern, it's oftentimes, I don't know if you've ever run into this situation, Vita, but I know that I've had in the past where you have a bank of doors or a bank of windows, and then that one little random door.
One little random door. I know, I
Yeah,
do, I have, and it's definitely a challenge.
yeah. And then it becomes like, well, what do we do with
Like,
it? Do we
what do you do
ignore
with it?
it? Like, do we put the panel on that side of the door, but then the door doesn't open? How does the
Right,
door
like, who
swing?
architected that?
Yeah, you know, And then how much space is in between the window and the door? How wide do we make the panel? Because we don't want to, if the window has a view, so all the things. So I think what Susan and her team did here was a really great job of saying, you know what, we're just going to end the panel,
Yep.
to the left
And
side of the door.
interestingly that they did that because I didn't even notice that there was a door there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I noticed that there was a window, there was a transom window, but my eye went to the bank of 3 windows and
Hmm.
left that, door opening transom thing kinda completely off to the side, and it didn't it didn't bother me at all. I didn't think that
Hmm.
anything was askew. I didn't think that anything was weird. It's like, this is exactly how it's supposed to be.
Right. And that was one of the things that I was like, well, this is something that, because anytime we do designer feature, I always try to find something that it's like, what is a lesson that we can, without knowing the backstory of the project? Because oftentimes when we do share our projects, we know all the little nudgy details and what we
Yep.
had to do to get there. But
Yeah.
when we're featuring designers that we are admiring from afar, we don't really have that opportunity to have the whole backstory. So a lot
Mhm.
of times, just like with Kelly's a photo or project that I decided to feature using black fabric. You don't often see that. And with this, I thought what was pretty interesting was the fact that, we just they just put the panel right by the door. And then, the door sometimes it goes to that where I often speak with my clients.
Mhm.
What's more important, the function or,
The
the
pretty.
pretty?
Yeah.
So, and in this case, you're still getting the pretty, and it's okay that the
So
door,
pretty.
yeah, I mean, like ridiculously pretty.
Mm.
And it's okay that the door is just there off to the side because you don't even really notice it. Like to your
Right, right.
point,
And
it
what do we think about the hardware? Is that metal,
it
gold,
looks
or
like
is it
brass.
wood?
It's brass.
It's
No, no
brass.
wood
Yep.
yet. No,
Yeah.
don't worry, guys. Whenever my window treatments come, I'm going to feature the lovely wood hole that I'm going to be
Are
doing.
you so you're advocating for the wood to come back in hardware?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Me with my swags and you with your wood hardware.
Just a little bit more contemporary. But yeah, so what I loved about this is that you're giving height to the rest of the room. You see that the fireplace goes all the way up to the ceiling.
Mhm.
And oftentimes, too, it looks like that they have horizontal backplate brackets. And the reason for that, folks, is there probably was only, maybe 2 inches, an inch and a half space between the ceiling and the top of the molding. So
Yeah.
oftentimes as a window treatment specialist, we have to figure out what the appropriate bracket space is. These are the kinds of things that I like to nerd out about. But in an expanse like this, you do need multiple brackets, and those are things to consider. So I think they did a really fantastic job. I love the fabric choice.
Yep,
That was the first thing that drew my eye. But then once I
of
started
course.
looking at the photo even more, there was other things that I thought were
Yeah.
really great.
I love that we're window treatment nerds,
I
Kim.
do
I
too.
I love it. I relish in the title. So let me just take a quick commercial break here and say for anybody who's just joined us, you've joined into a Window Treatment Friday live. This is about a half-hour episode or so, and it's a series that Kim and I do every Friday. We pop in here into Instagram as well as Facebook, and we geek out and nerd out on all things window treatments. It's a different topic every week. Today we're featuring some of our favorite interior designers. Next week, it may be brackets or hardware, and the following week, it may be pleats, and then it could be drapery panels or cornices or valances, motorization, shades, everything that you ever wanted to know about window treatments. We're here for you to inspire and educate.
Perfect.
All right, so next, I am so excited to feature this designer. This is a Philadelphia-based designer. Her name is Lisa Stone. So it's Lisa Stone Interior Design. Actually, LisaStoneDesign.com, and on Instagram, she is Lisa Stone at Lisa Stone Design. And what you see is what you get. So in case
Hmm.
you were wondering, oh my goodness, look at this beautiful lady and she's making a statement and she's not afraid to make that statement. Let me tell you, I've met this lady in real life and this is exactly what she looks like with that beautiful head of hair, with that beautiful smile, so friendly, so engaging, and actually super uber smart. Um, this is a picture
Ah.
that we took just a couple of weeks ago at an event that I co-hosted with Heather, actually Heather Rebel from
Mhm.
Stout, as well as with 3 other partners, Renee from Fabric Shield, Carolyn from Philip Jeffries, and Mary Beth from Clarence House. So the 5 of us co-hosted an amazing designer appreciation event in the Philadelphia area. We called it Wine, Dine, and Mastermind. We invited some of our top interior designers from our own Rolodexes who we do business with, as well as who we admire and aspire to be like. We had over 60 people show up. It was an amazing
Wow.
event where we networked, drank wine, masterminded together, reconnected, and took these great pictures. So here's me with Lisa Stone on my left and Michelle Plachter on my right. And Michelle is somebody who we do business with. Lisa is not currently, we don't do her window treatments currently, but they know each other and it was great for them to connect. It was great for me to connect with them. And what great event, Heather saying, "Oh, Heather is still with us. Vita, you were a pleasure to work with. Thank you, thank you, thank you, right back at you." And so Lisa Stone is somebody that I have admired from afar for a long time. And at this event was the first time that I've actually met her, or one of the first times. Maybe we've met
Oh,
like a very,
nice.
very long time ago. And it was just such an amazing pleasure to. What I saw, what I felt from her in real life, it was just so great to connect in real life, was exactly how I pictured her from all the social media and the website and looking at her projects too. So wait till you see what I'm about to show you. Boom.
Wow.
How incredible.
Wow.
Boom. How incredible is that? I mean, what an amazing, amazing project, right? So this is, of course, this was featured in House Beautiful. This is a house that this family searched for a long time, and they ultimately found it on Rittenhouse Square. And anybody from the Philadelphia area knows that Rittenhouse Square is right smack in the middle of the city,
Hmm.
very posh, very affluent,
Yep.
very high end, very luxurious. So exactly what you're seeing in these pictures is exactly what that area is, except for the amount of color.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would assign this much color and vibrancy to Rittenhouse Square. But what Lisa has
No.
done here is just, I think, nothing short of amazing. Of course, it always helps to have a family and a client who is willing to take those kinds of
Hmm.
risks. We always start there, and we're also always grateful when we have a client like that. But then to have that permission to do something like that, but to be able to execute it, that's just taking it to a whole new level, which is exactly where Lisa's strengths come in. This is what she's so good at. She is able to take what the client has given her as like the foundational desires and wants and execute them in just seamless, just pure perfection kind of way. So her Lisa's education is from Drexel University, which of course you know is near and dear to my heart because
Hmm.
I didn't graduate from there, but everybody I know, my husband, my sister-in-law, all of our friends. I mean, Drexel is like, you know, this school here in the Philadelphia area, so she's a graduate of that. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, of course. And but on top of that, she has 30 plus years of interior design experience. She has clients all over the country, all over the East Coast, in all sorts of amazing locations. She is hashtag super smart lady, great project manager, very business savvy, and of course, looking at these pictures, she has the vision and she has the ability to execute it, to take this much color and this much pattern, to put it together and have it look this beautiful, and ultimately be featured in House Beautiful. That, of course, something that not everybody can do, and Lisa is that caliber of a designer to be able to do that.
Yeah, it is like we always say, there goes that risk factor of, right now Lisa's picture shows two things that we talked about previously on other photographs from Kelly, the bold wallpaper,
Hmm.
and then again from Susan, the
Hmm.
bold fabric. And
That's right.
she managed to marry them together
Hmm.
and do the wallpaper and the same exact matching fabric, which you don't really see too often anymore.
You don't, right, right. It seems
No.
like a think of the past, but to see it here in this previous picture, oop, it is like, but of course, Like
Yes.
it makes perfect sense. Like what else would you put up there? And to combine that with that blue color in the chair and the hot fuchsia in the accessories,
Mhm.
um, I just have so much respect for Lisa. Have been following her for a long time, have been courting her for a long time. Um, and of course, what I always say about Vitalia Inc. is that we are here when and if our prospective designers want to give us a try and want to have real support with their window treatments. But even if they don't, that totally cool, and that totally does not prevent me from oohing and eyeing over the beautiful designs that they have done, and even above that, from admiring them, and especially Lisa for being a really smart, organized, put together business lady that she is, with that much experience, and just being a veteran in the interior design industry in the Philadelphia area and expanding her projects all over the country too. So kudos to Lisa. Please check her out, Lisa Stone at Lisa Stone Design. Her handle is Lisa Stone Design on Instagram, and the website is lisastonedesign.com. So definitely check her out. She's amazing.
Yes. Okay, everyone, and that concludes our episode of Window Treatment Friday Live. But before we let you go, there are a couple of things that we want to go over with you. If you are new to the window treatment game, Luann wrote a ebook that we have on our website. Architectural Digest isn't coming. 10 things you need to know about custom window treatments. It's really like a window treatment 101 type of ebook. So head on over to windowworksnj.com to download your free copy.
And from Vitalia Inc., we also have a gift for you. It is a free curated lookbook filled with inspiration and education. We call it 37 and a half window treatment ideas to steal, swipe, and use immediately on your next design project. It's something that you can download off of our website, vitaliainc.com, and use it next time you're just looking for inspiration, you're looking for an idea. If you're at a customer's home and be like, "Ooh, I remember seeing that in Vita's lookbook. Let me scroll through here and give you a picture of exactly what we're talking about." So just really great ideas there that I think you
Yes.
can use on your next projects.
And to keep up with all things Miss Luann and to listen to the two guests that I featured on today's designer highlight, head on over to Luann's website, luannigara.com, where you can listen to all her episodes and the audio version of Window Treatment Friday, where this lovely live feature had originated from. So head on over to her website.
And before we let you go, we just wanted to make sure that you knew how to contact us and get in touch with us. For me, for Vitalia Inc., I am the owner of vitaliainc.com. Well, Vitalia Inc. Window Treatments and Awnings. You can find more information on vitaliainc.com. You have my phone number, you have my email, PM, DM, email. If you're an interior designer in the Philadelphia area looking for some serious support with your window treatment game, we are your one-stop shop, your go-to resource, your VIP treatment, concierge level service exclusively for luxury interior designers ready to fly first class in the world of window treatments.
And if you are in the New Jersey and New York area and you have a window treatment project that you're not sure if you want to use bold colors or bold patterns, I would be happy to help you figure that out. Not only do we do window treatments, but we also have a whole awning division where our awning team, Rich and JC, would be happy to help you on your next awning project.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. Join us every Friday here. Kim and I geek out on all things window treatments at 9 a.m. Eastern. It is Window Treatment Friday Live, we call it.
Mhm.
And if you're looking for inspiration, education on all things, all topics, window treatments, we are here for you guys.
Yes, next week we are off because it is Thanksgiving. So we want to wish you guys all a happy Thanksgiving. And then the following Friday, Vita is doing a solo episode because I will be taking an actual real vacation. So I will miss you all.
First in like the last 10 years, it feels
Yes,
like you're
the
so
first in 2
deserving.
years. Thank you, thank you. So I will not be here when Vita returns in on December 3rd, December 2nd, excuse me. Or it might be the third. No, it's the third. Sorry.
I have no idea. So good
Yeah,
for you for
yeah,
even
no.
checking.
I should know because I'm coming home on the 5th, and that's a Sunday. So Vita will return on the 3rd, and she will be featuring some of the fabulous installations that the Talia Inc. has done lately. And then I will be back on the following week. So have
Awesome.
a great time. I will miss you all. It'll be almost like 3 weeks.
We will miss you too, Kim, but go enjoy. Don't think twice
Thank
about any
you.
window treatments or anything else, but just
I will not.
vacationing and turn off your brain. We all need that.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. And every Friday, we hope to see you next time.
All right. Have a great one, everyone. Bye.
Bye.